What is going on, guys? In today's Terraria video, I'm going to show you my 5 favorite bosses and how I defeat them. Alright, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you my 5 favorite bosses. Let's hop right on into it with number 5. So, number 5 is actually the Brain of Cthulhu. The reason I like the Brain of Cthulhu is because it's really the first main boss that has a pretty cool first and second phase. So in the first phase, it has a whole bunch of little minions and you can't damage it at all. Once you kill all of those minions, it will go into a second phase where it opens up its heart and it will start teleporting everywhere. And then you can do damage. I just think it's a really creative boss. It's really cool. It's kind of disgusting looking, but it's a really cool boss and I just find it super creative. So that's why it's in my number 5 slot. Alright, guys, so I actually had to hop over to a different world here so that we could spawn the Brain of Cthulhu because that world was corruption. But I'm gonna destroy him as soon as we get over there. Like I said again, the Brain of Cthulhu has 2 different phases, 2 of which I actually think are really cool. He spawns a whole bunch of little minions and you must kill them first before you actually deal damage to him. Once you finally do kill him, though, he will open up and allow you to do some damage. So as soon as we find this crimson here, we'll spawn him. Alright, guys, so we are now in a crimson biome. Let's fight the Brain of Cthulhu. What's up, man? How you doing? So you can see he will teleport like this, and you actually have to damage his minions. So let's kill all his minions off. Boom, and he will go into this phase where he teleports around. Now, if you have knockback on your weapon, actually, I think it's any weapon. It can have pretty bad knockback and it'll still count. But as long as you hit the Brain of Cthulhu, he actually can't hit you when he teleports. Because he gets bounced back super quick. Let's spawn him again, just for fun. Kill all his minions. Let's kill him with one shot of the Phantasm, shall we? And boom. Oh, almost one shot. Alright, so that's the Brain of Cthulhu, guys. That is the number 5 slot. I really love that boss. We might as well just stay in this world for the rest of them. But that is the Brain of Cthulhu. Next, guys, I have the Plantera mask here for Plantera. I really do like Plantera. It's a really creative boss. He has like grappling hooks that he pulls himself with. He has little bouncy spiky balls he throws at you. He shoots little petals at you. He has these little minions that will like follow you around and wreck your face. If he goes to the surface biome, he actually becomes enraged, which is pretty cool as well, just like Duke Fishron if you're too far away from the ocean. But Plantera also has a second phase where it will open up its mouth and become more aggressive, sort of like the Eye of Cthulhu, and that's why Plantera is in my number 4 slot. So let's fight Plantera and just show you what Plantera is like. Alright, here we go, Plantera. Alright, so you can see it's a little peaceful flower at first. We're actually going to spawn our dragon for this fight. It'll be a lot easier. It is enraged. So Plantera doesn't normally behave like this. It's normally much more peaceful. It's not as fast or aggressive. And as you can see, my dragon's actually wrecking him. That's the second phase right there with the big old mouth. And let's spawn him again just for fun. Boom. Get out of here, man. We're wrecking him with our bow as well as our dragon. I got stuck. That's great. Alright. Die, Plantera. Now, I have really good gear, so the fight's going to be pretty easy, but it's going to be a lot harder for you if you don't have the type of stuff that I do. But that is Plantera. Plantera is in my number 4 slot. Really enjoy fighting Plantera. It is fun, plus it opens up a whole bunch of doors for hard mode. Next, guys, we have the Mechanical Eye for the twins. Let's go ahead and spawn the twins and see how they fight. So Retinizer and Spasmatism, they will connect when they are close enough, except it is not nighttime, so they despawned. Good going, Joe. It does have to be nighttime. Alright, boom. So they'll connect like that with their little freaking flesh string, whatever. I like to use the SDMG for this fight. when I'm farming it. Obviously, you won't have the SDMG when you first start, but the twins have been defeated already. The dragon absolutely destroyed the twins there. Let's watch him do it again. I actually don't really have to do anything. I just have to let him do all the work. There is Spasmatism, wrecked right there. And Retinizer will be destroyed as well here in a second. Boom, there we go. The twins have been defeated. So when you spawn the twins, you will have Retinizer spawn and you will have Spasmatism spawn. Retinizer just fires purple lasers at you, and in its second phase it will turn into like a laser cannon, and it will fire just a whole bunch of lasers at you. As you saw for a split second there, my dragon killed it in its second phase. But the other eye though, the green one, it will fire these little cursed flame balls at you, and in its second phase it will be a huge line of cursed flames. So definitely watch out for the green one. Retinizer, absolutely, both of them, Retinizer and Spasmatism, if you're not careful, will destroy you. So that's why I like the twins. They're quick, they have different firing patterns, they have 2 different stages, and they're just fun to fight. Alright guys, so the boss in my number 2 slot is Duke Fishron, and in my opinion Duke Fishron is actually one of the hardest bosses in the game, if not the hardest. He's super quick, he has 3 different stages, and he gets more aggressive in each stage. He has many different attacks, one being a tornado, one being a whole bunch of fish he launches at you, and then another being just his dashes. So he's a super versatile boss. He has a lot of attacks. He's super fast, so if you don't have swiftness and asphalt block, he's actually a pretty tough fight. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to grab a water walking potion so that we can run over the sea here. And we are going to spawn Duke Fishron. Now, he is in my number 2 slot, 1 because he's pretty hard. I definitely say he's the hardest boss in the game. But he's also really cool looking, and just design wise I think he's a really cool boss. So let's spawn him here and see how we do against him. I might actually die with the summoner armor on. Summoner, I can't speak. Summoner armor. But let's see. I think we'll be fine. This Phantasm is really good. But as you can see, Duke Fishron is really quick. He has a whole bunch of attacks, those whirlpools, the bubbles, his twirl, his dashes. He launches sharks at you, and boom, there we go. So you might not have seen all of the phases, but he has a phase where he's normal Duke Fishron. He has a phase where he's more aggroed and just charges at you faster. And then he has another phase where he does even more damage and is even faster. So that is Duke Fishron in my number 2 slot. He's a pretty awesome boss. He's pretty hard to defeat. I definitely recommend that you farm Duke Fishron because he has some pretty awesome drops. So now that that is out of the way, we have my number 1 boss. Now, my number 1 boss isn't necessarily the hardest. I'd say this boss is actually easier than Duke Fishron. I've wrecked this boss with Duke Fishron's drop. So, he's not too hard. But the reason Lunatic Cultist is my favorite boss is because he looks really cool. He's so mysterious. He has these blue and yellow robes on. You can't see his face. But he has so many mechanics. He has this lightning bolt attack, this ice ball attack, this shard attack. He has an attack where he summons a dragon if you attack one of his clones. So he'll summon 2 clones. There'll be 3 of them in a triangle. If you don't hit the right one, a dragon will spawn and start attacking you. So the Lunatic Cultist has some pretty cool mechanics to figure out and some pretty cool attacks that you need to maneuver around and dodge. But let's get right on into the actual fight, and I'll show you some of these things in action. So we will spawn the Lunatic Cultist here, and you can see there he is. Look at him. Look at his face. He's got a pointy face, but he looks really cool. He laughs at you. He teleports. He throws these fireballs. He throws that ice ball right there, like I said before, with the shards. He has this lightning attack, and as you can see, the Lunatic Cultist actually got wrecked by my dragon, but the dragon's very overpowered, so of course he did. But let's spawn him one more time so that I can show you guys his clone attack, because I did want to show you that. So there's a lunatic cultist. He will be at the dungeon when you want to fight him. You can see him laughing there. He's going to teleport, shoot some fireballs. So he just has some really cool attacks. He shows off most of them right in the beginning. But he does get more interesting as the battle goes on, for sure. I believe he gets faster and does more damage the further you go. So you can see those clones right there. If you don't hit the right one, he will spawn a dragon. So as you can see, I hit the wrong lunatic cultist, and it actually spawned this big blue dragon that's actually kind of shrekking me right now. So that's pretty much all of the attacks for the lunatic cultist. He will continue to have his clones until you hit the right one, like right here. So the right one is not that one, it was right there, and you see he actually had 5 clones that time. So if you don't hit the right one, it will get harder and harder for you to actually hit the right one. You can see in this phase he had 2 more attacks, those little blue shards and the little like purple antimatter balls or whatever they are. But Lunatic Cultist is an awesome boss. He will lead you to the Pillars and the Moon Lord, which are the bulk of the game towards the end. You're gonna get the best armors after defeating Lunatic Cultist, stuff like that. So that is why the Lunatic Cultist is my favorite boss. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite boss is down below. Drop a like if you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video.